Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. This is toah, and today guys we have a video about the top 8 free-to-play units to use in TOA and TOA hard. This is my personal list. If you have other units that you use that are free-to-play, let me know in the comment below. I am not gonna mention any shiny not 5 like Rika, like Belenus is pretty good actually for TOA. I'm not gonna mention Ganymede, they're OP, but no free to play. Okay, so number 8 in the list. Also, the list there's 8 units. I'm not mentioning. The first one is not gonna be the best one. They're all really good. You can choose really whatever. For number 8 in the list, Spectra 2A Spectra is absolutely insane. Spectra does so much damage on skill 2. Has a slow and attack break on skill 3 and also decrease attack bar as well. Skill 1 does also pretty good damage as it does damage based on Spectra speed. Spectra is amazing especially for the boss stages, as Spectra skill 2 does damage proportionate to enemies max HP. This skill is available every 3 turns. So the cooldown is pretty low, so Valiant Spectra will be pretty good as well. But overall, yeah, you have a slow, you have attack break AoE and a decreased attack bar on skill 3, which is available every 3 turns as well. Skill 2 does a massive damage on the bosses, also in the normal characters. It does pretty good damage, but on the bosses does a really good chunk of their HP as damage. Skill 1 also does okay damage. How do you build Spectra? Also, I'm going to show you my units when I have them built. I'm going to show you how I have them built. Spectra, I have Spectra on crit damage, of course. I don't have Spectra on Violent, which is kind of bad because I want to build Spectra on Violent actually. I have Spectra with some accuracy as well, as obviously you want to land all the debuffs here and the decreased attack bar. But overall, yeah, Spectra is on attack, crit damage attack, as much attack as you can, because skill 1, yes, scales on speed, but also scales on attack. So the more attack you have, the more it's gonna do, the more damage it's gonna do. This is gonna be incredible. But yeah, overall, just try to get Spectra some HP, some speed, obviously, some good crit rate, because if this doesn't crit, is a problem, and some accuracy. Also guys, if you are using Spectra, if you decide to use Spectra, again Valiant would be even better, because the skill 2, if you proc, obviously the cooldown goes gets 1 turn lower. But if you are using Spectra, make sure you use a defense breaker, otherwise that skill 2 is not gonna do enough damage. So make sure you use a defense breaker when you use Spectra. Number 7 in the list. I haven't used this unit in a while, as I have Ganymede and Jameer, but Mav is also a really good unit. Mav skill 2 provokes, so it can be really good for both stages, as the boss is gonna have to use skill 1 only. Skill 1 stuns, and skill 3 remove 1 harmful effect and decrease the cooldown time by 1 AoE. Also gives a speed buff AoE as well to all the allies and himself. So Mav is a little like Ganymede, decrease the cooldown by 1, it doesn't reset, but is AoE. Ganymede is a single target ventilate. So Mav is actually a really good unit still. He has, as I said, he has a stun here. Obviously you want to build Mav on Violent, so you might stun more unit at one time. You can have this cooldown up much quicker. And you can also provoke. Provoke is also on 3 turn cooldown. I feel like Mav is a really good unit. If you don't have anything else, Mav is actually a really good unit. I would say Mav on Violent, and also Violent even broken, but try to get some accuracy so it can actually provoke. Provoke is actually pretty good. Also the provoke heals himself, so yeah, try to get some accuracy, because you kind of want to provoke the boss, so they don't AoE defense break, AoE whatever they do with skill 2 and 3. Number 6. This is one of my favorite units for RTA TOA, because it actually allowed me to clear my first TOA rotation when I started to play the game. Beretta is still a really good unit for TOA. It has an AoE that is available every I think it's every 4 turns actually, I'm pretty sure it's every 4 turn. We have Beretta. I don't have him built, but we definitely have Beretta. He has AoE dots, so he put 2 dots AoE, and this is 4 turns cooldown. He has a decreased attack bar to 0 every 3 turns, which is actually pretty decent because you can actually save yourself. If the enemy and one of the enemy is about to take a turn and they can maybe, I don't know, AoE defense break or I don't know, stun you, freeze you, you actually can decrease attack bar to 0. Skill 1 doesn't do much, it's just a single target hit and it gets 30% extra crit rate, crit buff if you crit. But it's not important, this is what's important. 2 turn cooldown, 2 continuous damage, 2 dots AoE for 3 turns. For 3 turns, that means 15% damage of the max HP AoE. Beretta is still a really good unit, and I know people don't use him as much, but he definitely help clearing TOA. And TOA hard really. How to build him? Speed, HP is fine. Speed, HP, accuracy is fine also. You just need him kinda tanky and kinda with decent accuracy, so you can actually land the dots. You don't need crit damage because he's gonna do the damage with the dots. Try to make him fast so he can take more turns and he can put more dots on the opponent, and also on this spell would be good because he has an AoE, so you can actually AoE stun the enemy. But yeah, speed, HP, speed, HP, accuracy, whatever it works best for you works. Number 5. Yes, I'm looking over because I have the list. Number 5, another free-to-play unit, obviously. If I can find, actually I have him here, so I'm gonna show you here. Watermark. Watermark is it's an insane unit, especially with the other units that I'm gonna talk about later on. But Watermark is incredible. He has 3 AoEs, so you definitely want him on this pair. You need some accuracy, he decreases attack bar, he puts dots, he is insane. The skills I chose are the 3 AoEs. The one, attack all enemy to freeze them for 1 turn with a 15% chance. It doesn't have high chances of freezing the enemy, but still a AoE, so if you have despair, it can also freeze. So you might freeze, you might stun. You don't know. Something's gonna happen. But skill 2, attack all enemies 3 times to decrease their attack bar by 30% each with a 60% chance, meaning it can decrease 90% attack bar AoE. Also, still on despair, so it definitely can stun as well. This would be available every 3 turn. I do not think it's worth to Devimon the Manculus, but if you have extra Devimon, it's not gonna hurt. Like, it's not gonna be a bad thing. I'm not gonna though. Skill 3 is the one that attack all enemy to inflict 2 continuous damage effect for 2 turns, plus 1 continuous damage effect is inflicted additionally for each harmful effect on the enemy with a 50% chance. So let's say Beretta moved before him, he's gonna put the 2 dots that are available on this skill, plus he's gonna put 2 more dots because Beretta put 2 more dots. And it's gonna be 2 extra dots AoE. So it's gonna be 10 dots in total. Watermark is incredible for TOA. I feel like he's really good. As I said again, he can go despair. He has 3 AoEs. He can stun the enemies not easily, but he has a lot of chances of stunning them as he has all AoEs. He decreases attack bar pretty much. Well, he decreases attack bar. He can decrease 90% attack bar AoE. If can freeze AoE with skill 1 is insane. It's insane. You just go speed HP, I feel, or you can go crit damage. I don't think you need it. You're gonna kill the enemy with the dots anyway, so you don't really need to go crit damage on anything for TOA and TOA hard. TOA hell also, you don't really need crit damage unless you're using Spectra. But that's how I would build the Watermark. If you can get extra accuracy, good. If you can't, this is enough. It lands most things anyway. So Watermark number 4 in the list. I don't know if it's number 4, it's number 1. As I said, I'm not putting them in order. but this unit is actually insane. Saf is incredible. Guys, Saf passive increase the amount of damage all allies and enemies receive from continuous damage by 2 times. So dots usually do 5% damage. With this passive, it's going to do 10% HP of their HP as damage each dot. Meaning, if you put 10 dots on the enemy and they take a turn, Saf passive is going to do 100% damage, and they just die. Also, disturb the HP recovery for 2 turns with a 50% chance and inflict continuous damage if you attack an enemy on your turn. So Saf, every time he moves, he has dots on skill 2, but he puts a dot with the passive, so he puts an extra dot. Skill 1 doesn't do too much, but with the passive he's gonna put a dot. Also, if he kills the enemy with skill 1, he gets an extra turn. Skill 2 is an AoE, and inflict continuous damage for 2 turns. It's a single dot, but again with the passive it's gonna put 2 dots. AoE. 2 dots AoE with Saf passive is 20% of their HP as damage, which is 40 because it's 2 turn dots. Always land a critical hit if the enemy's HP is 30% or lower. That's fine, it doesn't really matter. It's a 3 turn cooldown. Saf passive is incredible, and imagine if you go with Saf skill 2, maybe Barretta after that, you put 4 dots, and then the Watermark is gonna put 2 more dots, plus 2 more dots. Like it, yeah, it's crazy. Saf passive is incredible because you also put the block, heal block, so the enemy, if they have any heals, they can heal, and it does double the damage. The dots will do double the damage. I haven't built on speed, HP. This speed is not even max. Oh, my bad. And attack, I cannot max it, and actually I can. It's fine, but I didn't max it anyway. So speed, HP, attack, and those are the stats. You just need him a little fast with good accuracy, decent HP. Good. The attack is not needed, but if you can give him attack, he's gonna do extra damage anyway, but it's not needed at all. But yeah, give him some accuracy so he can actually land the dots. That's important. Number 3, again, no particular order. Number 3 is Fran. Fran is a really good unit right now. Is insane. He goes through his skills really quick. Is super good. Skill 1 is like Saf, it doesn't do too much, but if he kills something, he gets an extra turn. Skill 2 is 2 dots AoE without touching the enemy, which is really good for ragdoll stage. Skill 3, also skill 2, when he gets the dots, or even if he doesn't get the dots, like you skill 2, you gain an extra turn instantly. So, you know, you skill 2, AoE dots, get a turn. And what does he do? He stuns AoE. Stuns the target for 1 turn and recovers your attack bar by 20% each if the enemy is under continuous damage. So he AoE stuns, he gets attack bar. If the enemy is under continuous damage, he can stun, as I said. And also, if you actually get to stun everything, you're gonna get a lot of attack bar. He might go again. That 4 turn cooldown. It's 4 turn cooldown, but it gets an extra turn after this, and this is 3 turns. So you can do this, and then if you actually get to kill something with this, you can go this again. It's insane. How I have him built is on Violent, because obviously the cooldown time is low on the skills, plus he gets a lot of turn already by himself. So if he procs, it's gonna be really insane. He can go through his skills really quickly, and I have him on speed crit damage. I don't know why this is not actually maxed, but I will definitely max that. Speed crit damage HP, and yeah, that's how he's built. Obviously more attack would be better, but I just 6-starred the Fran, so I need to work on him still. But yeah, try to give him some accuracy. If you build him on crit damage, good crit rate, good attack, decent attack, even plus 500 is gonna be fine. But yeah, good crit rate, good accuracy is really important, because you definitely want to land the dots, and you definitely want to land the stuns. You know, because yeah, definitely. Also, I can get 200 more attack just by putting artifacts on him, so I'm still working on him, but he's a really insane unit in TOA, TOA hard, pre-TOA hell, and definitely even in RTA. Fran is a really insane free-to-play unit. Really good. His base defense, I just realized, is really bad. His base speed is pretty bad as well, but honestly you don't even need to build him on crit damage, because he's gonna do a lot of damage with the dots already, and he's gonna CC as well. So up to you if you build him on crit damage or not, but you definitely can. Number 2 in the list is, number 2 in the list is Fran. I don't have my best runes on her in PvE for TOA, but I have better runes for RTA. Fran is a unit, she's free to play. First of all, she can be used pretty much anywhere. TOA, TOA hard, TOA hell is also pretty good because she gives immunity for 2 turns. She has a cleansing skill too, and is available every other turn. She has attack break, which is pretty good, especially against bosses. But even against other enemies in TOA and TOA hard, if you get attack break, they're gonna do less damage. She has a speed lead, but she overall keeps your team protected. You're gonna use the immunity is gonna be available every 4 turn. You get attack buff as well, and you get immunity for 2 turn, and you get heals. You get heals with this single target, but also cleanse, which is really good. As I said, attack break is also pretty good. Overall, I would say build her on Valiant Will, because you're gonna use her in other places as well. You can use her in Pro Siege offense as well. So Valiant Will will be good. You're gonna use her in the monthly thingy where you get the runes, and she probably gonna be better on Will, because otherwise the boss is gonna dodge you. But overall in TOA, TOA hard, she doesn't need Will. Valiant is the best way to go, because obviously the cooldown here are low, and the cleanse is every 2 turns. So if she proc, she's gonna have the skill 2 available the next turn. Overall, Fran I think is better on Valiant, even in RTA, and overall I'd say speed HP is the way to go. Speed HP attack is also really good, because obviously the heals, she heals more depending on her attack. So the higher attack you have on her, the more she's gonna heal. Her base defense is low, but she's a great unit. She's a really good unit. It's a good free to play unit. And again, TOA, yes, you're trying to lock the enemies, but if they do get a turn and you have immunity, they won't be able to do too much. You also have the heal and attack buff, which is really good. So Fran I feel like is a really good unit. Valiant Broken is fine, and you can go speed HP, speed HP attack, speed attack HP, it doesn't matter. Whatever gives you the best outcome from the subs, you go with that. Number 1 in the list is Jeanne. Jeanne is still insane for TOA. She just locked everything down with the skill 3. They have 2 turn provoke AoE on a 4 turn cooldown. She obviously gonna get more turn than an enemy, because you're gonna put the slow on them, or you're gonna decrease their attack bar, or you're gonna stun them. So if she procs 1 time, she's gonna have this pretty quick, and the enemy not gonna be able to use anything but skill 1. That is actually insane. That's how you actually lock the enemy down, so they can stun you with skill 2, or freeze, or sleep, or AoE defense break. That's how you do it. Jeanne is probably key for TOA, TOA hard, early teams, and I still use her, honestly. I have her on speed, HP, I have her on high accuracy, especially because of this skill. Skill 1 has a low chance of stunning, does damage based on max HP. So the higher HP you have, the more chances the more damage you're gonna do. But that's not gonna be Jeanne is not gonna be your damage dealer. Your daughters are gonna be your damage dealer for TOA and TOA hard. The good accuracy is really important, because you definitely wanna land this. And Valiant, obviously, as I said before, is important, because if you proc, she's gonna have these available real quick. and it's a 2-turn cooldown, so by the time they get off the provoke, you're gonna have these available again, so you can lock them again if you didn't kill them already with soft passive. Anyway, she has a cleanse which sometimes, and invincibility, which sometimes can be really good actually. As you provoke AoE, you can just use this. Also, as I was saying, if you proc, you get these available again, because when she go for the provoke AoE, she gets a turn. Provoke an enemy for 2 turns and instantly recovers a turn. So that's not 4-turn cooldown, that's actually a 3-turn cooldown on a 2-turn provoke. Is insane. Jeanne also really good for arena defense, for siege and guild war defense. She's an amazing unit, she's free to play as everything else, every other unit I mentioned in this list. And sorry. So yeah, build her on speed, HP. You don't need to go focus runes, but you definitely need high accuracy on her or good accuracy on her. And yeah, guys, that is it for this video. I'm gonna show you what team I'm using right now for TOA and TOA hard. TOA hell, I'm using something different, but I'm using, wait, what? Rip. No, but I'm using this team right now, and it's doing extremely well. I just auto it all, and I don't need to focus on it. I just need to put the start button again. Wish we could have the auto battle on TOA as well, but this team works extremely well. You can put 2 dots AoE with Fran, 2 dots AoE with Saf, and then the Watermark is gonna put 2 more dots because he put 2 more dots with skill 3, and is gonna put 4 extra dots because of skill 3 works like that. So you can actually get 10 dots with those 3 units AoE, and the enemy, when they take a turn, they're gonna die because soft passive does double the damage with the dots. So yeah, guys, this is the team I'm using. It's free to play and is insane. Guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what team you're using for TOA hard. Don't forget also to sub to the channel if you haven't already, as it is free and it supports the channel a lot. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye everybody, take care guys, stay safe, bye.